It's lights out and away we go. Pretty even start from the front too. Verstappen does move over to cut off Lewis Hamilton. That gets a roar of approval. It is 1, 2, 3. Hamilton in second. Verstappen leads. Bottas third.
Hello Formula 1 and IndyCar fans. Welcome to Formula Pun Racer. Today is September 11th, 2021. As we all know, it is a day that we cannot forget, and we must never forget. The 20th anniversary of the 9/11 terrorist attacks in Pennsylvania, New York, and Arlington, Virginia. So, before I begin with my review of the latest race that occurred back on September 5th, let us pause for 20 seconds of silence, one for every year that has gone by since it occurred, and for the thousands of Americans whose lives were lost, and to all of those of you watching this video who lost someone in those terrorist attacks, and are still being affected in negative ways even now by it, I deeply sympathize and I'm sorry for your losses. So, Godspeed to all those we've lost. God bless America. May all those whose lives were lost be blessed in heaven. And so, now that we've got that out of the way, I like to say, considering I know it's a hard day for all of us because it's 9/11, I'm sure since my videos are supposed to be funny, I hoped I'd cheer you up at least a bit. So on to my review of the Dutch Grand Prix, which occurred at Zandvoort, Holland back on September 5th. And what a turnout it was with the crowds. In fact, aren't you glad that the Dutch fans got their guilders worth? I know I did. While Max Verstappen led the majority of the race and practically ran away with it, with Hamilton and Bottas a distant second and third, one could say the only incident on the entire race course was Sebastian Vettel's Aston Martin getting loose at the horseshoe corner and almost getting hit by Valtteri Bottas, shown here.
Oh, there's that Bottas. That was that's going to take a bit.
Bummer enough that Kimi Räikkönen is retiring at the end of the season, but you may have noticed in the results shown beneath that he was not in the Dutch Grand Prix. And why? Well, he was recently tested positive for COVID and had to sit this out and will be sitting out his Alfa Romeo seat until further notice. So Robert Kubica of Poland has taken over his position for this race and will continue to do so until further notice. Oh. So once again, when all was said and done, all the Dutch fans got every guilder's worth spent at the Dutch Grand Prix for seeing their man, Max Verstappen, win the Dutch Grand Prix, the first time a local boy has won there, and now he leads the championship over Lewis Hamilton by 3 points. The next round of the F1 schedule is right here. The Italian Grand Prix, September 12th. So tune in for the fastest race course, well, one of them, you could say, on the F1 circuit. I wouldn't hope much for Ferrari, though, but the prancing horse is not giving up. Lewis Hamilton is on pole for this race. Bottas was going to be on pole, but some power unit changes forced him to be starting in the back for tomorrow's race. And not only that, it has been confirmed that Valtteri Bottas is leaving Mercedes and heading to Alfa Romeo. Alexander Albon of Thailand will join Nicholas Latifi at Williams for 2022. And once again, for those strong rumors about George Russell, who's presently at Williams, he will be Lewis Hamilton's teammate at Mercedes next year, an all-British lineup.
Say what?
In IndyCar news, Andretti Autosport has confirmed that at the end of the season, Ryan Hunter-Reay and James Hinchcliffe will be out. Romain Grosjean will take over the number 28. As for number 29, that is yet to be decided at this time. Kyle Kirkwood and Devlin DeFrancesco of Indy Lights Racing are two most likely candidates to take over that number 29, but that's to be decided by Michael Andretti. And he's also thought of buying into the Sauber/Alfa Romeo Racing team in F1, so who knows if that might happen. Andretti all over the place, although I wouldn't expect them to win easily, but still, Michael Andretti in F1 once again, despite him not doing so great as a driver with McLaren in 93. I'd like to see that, alright. And let's see what kind of a grip he has on F1 and if he can do it. As for Chip Ganassi Racing, Alex Palou, Scott Dixon, Jimmy Johnson, and Tony Kanaan are still under contract for 2022.
Where's Marcus?
Will Marcus Ericsson get his contract re-signed for Ganassi? I surely hope so, because we hate to lose the Swede there. At least we have the other Swede, Felix Rosenqvist. He's still under contract to race again with McLaren Schmidt-Peterson and Patricio Ward next year, as well as this. As Patricio Ward still leads the championship, with Newgarden, Palou, and Dixon hot on his tail, with 3 races left, anything can happen. With that said, not only is September 12th the day of the Italian Grand Prix, but that day in Indycars is their schedule. They're racing at Portland, where, among other races, the closest 3-way finish in 97 between Blundell, DeFerrin, and Raul Boesel occurred, but where Mario Andretti inched off his son Michael in 87 for the win. So Portland is definitely a fast track in Oregon, and we'll see how the IndyCars go with there. As well as, will Mercedes maintain its dominant streak in Monza? Will Lewis Hamilton get his 100th win at the Italian Grand Prix, or will Max manage to hold on? With Bottas on his way out of Mercedes to Alfa Romeo next year, can he claw back from last place to get a decent spot, or be on the podium at Monza? Or can Ferrari get their Italian edge back? Let's find out. As we salute 9/11, grab yourself a bowl of pasta if you're itching to watch the Italian Grand Prix, or just get a burger on behalf of America as we prepare for the IndyCar race at Portland. Sorry if my video here was a little, unright, but I just, you know how 9/11 is for us all, a little difficult to concentrate. But let's just say, you ready for some IndyCar and F1 racing? As I said from those schedules, tune in and hopefully my next video will be a lot more humorous. Thanks for watching my videos. Please like and subscribe if you find them hilarious. Well, at least there's better ones to come as the racing season progresses. And then I'll give you my review of the Italian Grand Prix in Monza and the race in Portland when they are finished. See you next time, F1 IndyCar fans. I'm Aaron Cylinder, firing on all cylinders.
The Dutch Grand Prix, Tiesto waves the flag, turn up to the max, listen to that roar.